born ready.
Yeah.
I think I was born for this work, right? Don't you guys feel that right now in your life, that you were born for this?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Woo! Let's do it. I can't help but feel like 2020 is, they said 2019 was the year of the woman. And I had the honor to collaborate with a couple of beautiful women and do an event for the Year of the Woman. And I said as we were preparing for this event, this was back last summer, I said, it's like we're preparing for the decade of the woman.
Yeah.
Ooh, can I just get a yes, yes? Yeah. Like feel it here, and say yes, yes? Yes. I really can feel that. So I'm excited to be here. I'm delighted to be here. And I have been cultivating and curating and busy. Has that been a theme here? That's what I hear. You guys all have these beautiful offerings coming from the heart, coming from the soul, right? And yet, there is a lot of energy that we give when we're doing that. And then the energy does get a little bit diluted in our life, wouldn't you say? So I'm hoping to help you guys gain a little bit of equilibrium today. I'm going to share, it was one of those things like, I'm going to do a talk. I'm like, oh, I have a talk that I really like, but I'm going to add a little something extra to this, okay? So we're going to go through what I call Activate Your Greatness. It's 10 laws to creating an excellent life. But you guys know this stuff, but we're going to just tip it. We're going to give it a little something extra and a little something sacred and soulful. You guys with me on that? Yes. So say yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay, do you feel the energy when you say it twice? Do you know why you feel that energy? One time here and one time here. It travels the 2 feet and you start to really feel it in the depths of who you are. All right? So let's take a minute. Let's connect there. Because I do believe that a lot of our work, it brings us to earth. And I love earth. But earth can also be, it could be a little, like we get a little stuck. We can get a little stagnant. We can get very fixed on the to-dos, right? Versus the intention. Versus the, what's my heart telling me? Let me slow down, right? So one of my big pools and callings right now is to help other soul business owners like myself, giving them a container to be real. And we all just shared, right? But we also shared our business, yeah? And not that that's a bad thing, but who are you beneath that? And how can you pull that up and out into your work even more than you already are? And the way we do that, though, the way we get those answers is not through a seminar, a book, or a to-do list. It's not there. Where it's at is in you. The answer is in you. It's in your story, it's in your journey. But if you don't take time to sink in, and I heard you guys talking about meditation practices and journaling practices. I heard the morning practice, and that made me excited. Right? Anyone who gets in a room with me knows I'm going to make a meditate. Everybody. I'm like, maybe they don't know, but they know about 30 minutes in. They're like, oh, she's going to make me meditate. All right? Because I want you to get deep down in. So can we just do that for a minute? Can we just take a few breaths? So just close your eyes for a second and take a nice deep breath in and then release that breath. And I want you to sink into the heart. And if you want to put your hand on your heart, that might help you get there a little quicker. And maybe you put your other hand on the solar plexus. Because the heart is our spiritual center. Our solar plexus is our place of action. So putting our hands there is really helpful. And our heart is where our highest version of ourselves, it's where she lives. It's where she leads you. You feel it in your heart. You feel the pull. And now I want you to feel that energy, when you feel completely connected, when you know there is something more to the journey you're on, your higher power. I like to imagine the sun is above me and it's shining down on me, and then like my heart just opens up and expands. My chin lifts, my chest rises up a little bit, and I just feel that divine connection. And then I kind of imagine like from the stars, there's this amazing energy just swirling down for me, to energize me, to activate me. And then I have the earth below me, and that earth below me, that energy is moving up through me. That's your connection. This is where your answers lie. this is where the illumination starts. You feel that? So I want you to bring that energy with you today. So even after I'm done talking, I want you to continue to walk your day with this energy, feeling that connection, tapping into this moment, and bringing that with you in every engagement and every connection you have. Take a nice deep breath in, and let it go. And open your eyes. That connection is yours. I just facilitated it. Okay? And it's different for all of us. We'll describe it differently. That's the way I describe it. Okay? To me, that energy is like our birthright. There's nobody that doesn't have it. It's just a matter of connecting it. Someone said, helping elevate the intuition. Your intuition is something that you already own. It's just about diving into it and connecting into it, right? What I love about this group, though, is like how we are all in alignment. Like I can look at all my sisters and be like, we all do similar work, but this is what makes it beautiful. That we're called together, that we feel united. All right, well, let's talk why we're here. So go ahead and look at your handout. Just so you know, I'm known for not following rules. So, I will keep my time because that's sacred, and I get that. I appreciate it. But the worksheet may not be as important to me. But here's the deal. So a couple years back, I wrote this workshop. And the way it happened, I went to a women's conference up in Santa Rosa. And anybody know Katarina Rando? So I met her at that event. And my life changed after meeting her, by the way. I met a lot of you I know, I feel like, 7 degrees of separation through her. But that was a really important event, and Jen Sincero was the keynote speaker who wrote, How to Be a Badass. I don't want to offend anybody. She wrote that book series, and so she spoke, and that's what got me there. But why I was there was a different reason. It was about meeting other soulful, strong, wise businesswomen. I learned a ton about myself and where I wanted my business to go. I felt really good. Well, about 3 days later, I'm sweeping my kitchen floor. And all of a sudden, the first law just pops in my head. I'm like, oh, I like that. And I went and wrote it down. And then I went back to cleaning my floor. And then the other one hit. And then and I just kept writing. Okay? So for me, this work really, this little section here is about the reminders. It's not about reinventing the wheel. It's just the reminder. Okay? So this is exactly how I downloaded them. And this is exactly how I'm going to share them. I need my quote for my book because I never knew it. Anyway, so the very first law, and I've given you guys some room so you guys can take some notes, okay? The very first law is to change your lens. Change your lens, okay? So a lot of changing your lens has to do with the energy of fear and the energy of love. You guys know those guys? They're our companions, right? They are light and dark. Our shadow side can be our fear side, what we're afraid of. So when we think about fear, let's just give this a moment. It can be called different things. It's not really being afraid. It could actually look like hesitation in your life, right? So when we have our fear lenses on, we're kind of like Debbie Downer, right? We're like, meh, 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 and that chatty Cathy, we believe her for a minute. We're like, yeah, you're right, I'm not good enough. Yeah, you're right, they're not going to like me, blah, blah, blah. But this is real, right? But then we have that love vibration. What's that love vibration do, right? It shines the light on it and says, it's okay. You're brave. Your story is your power, right? From victim to victor. That's what love gives us, right? And that love will, obviously transmute the fear. Okay? So, when I look at my lens, I need to ask myself when I'm moving about my day, where am I coming from? Fear or love? And let's just kind of talk about a couple of descriptions of them. Or not descriptions, but opposites for a moment. Because being anxious is a fear-based emotion. But being excited is a love-based emotion. and they feel the same in the human body. So you're going to feel the butterflies, your heart's going to pound, you're going to take deep breaths and release because you're what? Are you really anxious or are you excited? And so being able to understand that and using that as a mindset tool can be very, very helpful. So that's how we can transmute fear. Okay? Can someone give me an example of a fear emotion that maybe you have this week? Who's brave? Sharon, don't be afraid. Give me, yes.
I can't write a book. I can't even type very well. I make all these typos. Well,
Right.
not everybody who's brilliant has to be the one
That's right.
pointing it out.
Right, okay, and that's a perfect transition. So somebody else give her a love statement for that. What would be a really good way to shift that? Not only to not have to type it herself. Yes,
I
Sasha.
have one.
Yeah, example.
I hope you like this one. Whatever I write, in whatever way I write it, will be perfect for the people who are meant to read it.
Absolutely. And I made myself do it, so.
Good.
Yes.
Help me.
Oh, I think that's me right there.
Congratulations on your book, by the
It's
way.
like every blockage that
Share
showed
it
up
often.
though, there was an answer because of what you said.
Yep.
Is this or is it that? Well,
Yep.
wait, you can do it.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's about shifting it. And so, fear shows up big time. Fear is important for us. It keeps us safe and it keeps us secure. That's why we have fear. That's why we have that emotion. It's actually to help us survive. Like we go down to back in the day. But now we're here in this world. And so fear shows up differently. And so we want to learn how to master the fear. Doesn't mean we won't allow it in, but we want to start to really shift that dynamic. So maybe it's 50-50 fear versus love, but maybe it's 5-95. You allow fear to just kick you in the butt enough to make action. Right? There's times when fear is overriding, and I get that, but that's our lesson. That's what we're supposed to learn. So changing the lens, knowing your lens. And then one of the things that I like to do, as soon as fear kicks in, I like to pause. Stop. Because if I'm in fear in a project or in anything of that nature, I'm going to collapse the energy. It's not going to be able to expand anymore because now I'm just in fear. And you know what that feels like? I have an amazing idea. Okay? I want to create this event, and I'm going to actually help speakers by dialing in their business, and then we're going to have this event. Okay? But then I start to think, oh, but who would do that? Okay, let me think. Who are the people that I know that want to go to that next level in their business? Oh, wait, what about, okay, there's at one point it becomes too heady, and I have to pause. Because what happens is I collapse the energy. Okay? So even when you're in your day-to-day and you're thinking this is a really practical thought, if you get too practical, you're losing its power. So I want you guys to start thinking about that in your business. I've met so many amazing businesswomen who are so stuck in the selling or in the how-to that they forgot their why. They forgot their what and their why, and their what and their why is the low vibration. So it's okay to have the how, right? That's why we are coaches. That's why we help people facilitate. But let's not get so heady in our business that we forget the impact we are here to make. Okay? Changing the lens. All right. Next one. Oh, this is perfect. What's the next law? Who wants to read it for me? Yes.
Surround yourself with givers.
Ooh, giver. So what's a giver? What's a giver? What's a giver to you guys? Who is someone, like when you think of someone who's giving, what do you think of?
Uplifting other women. I work with women, so
Yes.
uplifting other women, pouring into them, refreshing and recharging their spirit, and also learning what they need, not necessarily coming there with your agenda, but coming there with how can I serve you?
Yeah,
And so I call it servant leadership.
absolutely. Okay, good. Anybody else want to add to that?
Being a listener.
What did you say?
Being a listener.
A listener, yes. What'd you say? Did you like that? What'd you say? Ada.
I think just giving with a pure intent without an ulterior motive.
Yes.
Looking for what's going to come back.
Yes. Okay, so I wanted to share with you a quote from my book, and I can never remember it because it's a paragraph. So I got this for this workshop or for this talk, and I wrote it on my computer and then walked away and then came back and was like, I wrote that? Like I
Yeah.
blew my own mind moment. I know we probably all have been there. But what happened was I looked up the word giver, and I was like, what does that mean? And I didn't like the definition. I was like, that's not what it means to me. And so then I kind of just let this kind of come through. And what is a giver? Someone who is living at such a high vibration that being around them lifts and motivates us to live at a higher level too. They don't have to give us anything. I repeat, they do not have to give us anything specific. Just their energy, zeal for life, and non-negotiable integrity captivates us. They are authentic and seemingly unstoppable at living their very own version of awesome. Can I get a yes?
Yes.
Doesn't that shift? It shifts it, right? Like, so thinking about, now that I've explained that to you, do we surround ourselves with givers? I mean, right now we are. I'm like, woohoo, that's a great group to say this to. Right? But are there parts in your life where maybe not so much? So I'm going to just challenge you to ask yourself, who are the high vibe givers in my life? And there's not very many, I guarantee you. Because many people do believe in the give and take. Okay, energy exchange is great. But I want you to think of people around you that you just look at them and you're inspired by them. Those are the people that they're just doing them. Can you guys think of anybody, maybe, you know, on TV or author, someone who's a public figure? Can you think of anybody who's high vibe?
I think Ellen DeGeneres is.
Yes.
I was watching a YouTube replay, and she is so generous. And the people that she zeroes in on to bring up onto her program and to honor, it was just breathtaking.
Yes. Beautiful. Anybody else? I love Ellen. Yes. Maya Angelou.
Love her.
Love her. Thank you, Maya. Right? Anybody else? Let's do one more.
I like,
Oprah. Oh, yeah.
Oprah. What were you going to say, Stephanie?
I was gonna say, I really like, Mel Robbins.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
She's awesome.
She's awesome. She is. She's scary.
Mel Robbins. She's a speaker. I'll send you a video.
Get her something to let you slip.
Well, she curses a lot.
What were you going to say?
5 seconds.
Yeah, 5 seconds. Well, that's what it was. I think I was at 5.
No, Robin.
5 seconds. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, 5 seconds. You know, you get one. All right, beautiful. So, surrounding ourselves. That is really important. Okay? Law number 3 is to be a giver of great value. That's you.
Yeah.
So now I challenge you to think about that definition and elevate. Okay? All of you are already that. But have you allowed that lens, remember that first one, have you allowed yourself to be bogged down a little bit? Who can admit that they got bogged down a little bit? Okay, it's time to break through the clouds a bit, reach the sun, call that energy in. It's yours. Remember, we already connected to it. Did you feel it? That's where you get your yeses. That's where you connect. That's where you know you're supposed to go. Yeah?
Yeah.
Number 4, innovate in a free thought space. What I mean by that is clear the clutter, my friends. Clear it. Physically, emotionally, and mentally. Whatever that needs to look like for you. Does anybody have a hack for that? Like, how do you clear your clutter? How do you make room for free thought?
I'm bringing in a helper.
Yes, ask for help.
Stuff, I can't do it, so I actually have one of my friends who she actually works for me, but I trust her with my, and she'll be able, you don't need this, and she'll be able to toss stuff, and I won't be like, no, you know, so yeah, she can help me clear the space, because I think that when you clear the space, you make room for all more good to come in, you know, so.
Yes. Anybody else have a hack or an idea of that?
I go to the sun. I go outside and talk to the sun for any of the spiritual clutter that I might have, or the mental chatter that I don't need, that doesn't suit me.
Yep.
I go there, I embrace, I send love, I send me love.
Yep.
I go to a vortex in my yard that's this huge tree. Same thing, I'll put my head on my third eye on the tree and say, thank you for giving me all the guidance. I give it up 24/7.
Nature is a beautiful reflection for us. So getting into nature is very helpful. I sometimes leave my clients and give them a hug and say, don't forget to hug a tree. Like, this is a joke, but not. Like, I mean it. Because usually my meditations have a tree in it somewhere. You know, because I feel like trees are great representations. But yeah, connecting to nature in some way, or stopping. And even if you're driving and you're at a stoplight, what's in the sky? What's in the tree next to you? Is there a bird flying? I mean, just take a moment, breathe it in, right? Clear your space. All right, beautiful. I'm gonna move on for the sake of time, which time. Did I miss one? Oh, I almost did. Okay, so I got excited. I skipped 2 of them. So law number 5: describe your vision each day. So what can that look like? Well, once we have our vision, which obviously is a process, and we cannot do that today, but one of the things we can do is when we're communicating to somebody, sharing what we're so excited about. But we don't want to dilute it, but it could just be, I am so happy today because I get to show up and I'm helping clients, or I helped a client today and I feel amazing. My poor grocery clerks. They don't know what they're getting when they're saying, how are you?
Right.
I'll just ooze it out and they're just like, okay. And my kids are like, Mom. Yeah, I have teenagers. So they're always like, oh, here she goes again. Well, why not? Why not? That feels so good to you and your soul. All right? We're not selling. That's what we're doing. We're just expressing. All right? Okay. Beautiful. Anybody else want to share a way they like to express their vision? I love hearing you guys are, it's like a mastermind too, Yes.
Every morning, my daughter and I drive to school and say our affirmations. What we also do, though, is we describe our dream life. Like what is our dream? So, we're on par for the ranch with the horse. And I want the condo in the city. So it's like, okay, we're going to have a ranch with the horses, and then Mom gets her condo in the city. And when you talk about it, I just got like chills, and you visualize it, and you put it there, then you see it, and you make it real.
Yeah. And I love that you're including your daughter in that.
Yeah,
Poor kid has no choice.
That's why I do it, my kids.
Yeah, true.
Look who you got listening. You're so lucky.
I know.
All right, so law number 6 is gratitude for the process, and Vahil already just mentioned gratitude. So I feel like we all get that one, right? I'll give you a little fun tip that I love, and I've been using for a long time. I'll tell anyone that will let me. Set your alarm every day for 12, and at 12 o'clock, the name of the alarm is gratitude. When that goes off, take 5 seconds of your life. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mel Robbins. Take 5 seconds and be grateful for your morning. Like just what just happened. And then as a side, okay, this is a little productivity tip. As a side effect of that 5-second gratitude, you will then pause, look at your morning, and that to-do list that you started with your day that didn't get done because the phone call, because the whatever popped up, you'll not only be grateful for what you did have happen in the morning, now you're going to look at that to-do list and you're going to have a very productive afternoon. I got rid of that 3 o'clock slump because of my gratitude process. By accident. That was all. I didn't know it would do it. So I want to share that with you guys. This is actually a productivity tip. Gratitude at noon. Great tool. Nobody really talks about it. They would say morning and night, which I agree with too. But try it in the afternoon. That's my little love tip for you guys. All right, number 7, my favorite. Stop wasting time. Stop. Okay. What am I talking about? Well, usually it looks like focused on all the tasks. Like I guess they call it working in versus working on, or working on. I don't know. Whatever that means. But we waste a lot of time. We waste a ton of time. And so think about, one of the best things you can do is start to pay attention and track where you spend your time, and you're going to find your power. One of mine is Netflix, Hulu, whatever. Like, I don't have cable, but that doesn't mean I don't have streaming. Like, nowadays, that changed, right? I haven't had cable since 2009. My kids were raised with no internet and no cable from 2009 to 2014. It was the best thing I ever did, but then I gave it. They became teenagers, and I was like, oh, okay. I gave it. But it was the best things I ever did. And during that time, I fell in love with reading. So for me right now, I am now looking, once again, at getting rid of all the streaming. Because I pay for it, I think I should use it. Who cares? $12 a month, it doesn't matter. Don't use it. You don't need to. Pick up the book and read something, even if it's just 20 minutes at night, So looking at where you're wasting your time, because if I'm reading a book, what am I doing? I'm replenishing, I'm feeding my soul. So what does your downtime look like is a really great way to start. But then also look at where you're putting your energy in on your business. You know, I think we lie to ourselves, telling ourselves we're being productive by rewriting a program, redoing our website, making a new brochure, or whatever it is. And really, we're wasting time. Because what you already have is probably a masterpiece already. Get out there and talk about it more. Get out there and share it more. That's my advice. Anybody want to add anything to time wasting or the element of time?
Yes, that when on Sundays my iPhone tells me how much screen time I've had per day, that makes me stop.
When it says 4 hours, it makes you pause.
Exactly.
And I, just so you know, I stream on my phone, and that was the best thing. Actually, that exact thing made me pause. That's exactly what it started for me. So I was like, oh my gosh, what did I do? You know, even if I fell asleep, it was still like, I'm gonna lay down. Oh, now, you know, but you know, it played whatever. Yeah, I watched that whole season asleep. But yes, really is a thing. Okay, law number 8. Law number 8 is bring forth action. I think you guys get this, but it really is getting out of your head and out of what you think you're gonna do, and just to start taking action, one small step at a time. Like, what's your big goal? Does anybody have like a big goal for, or a big intention for 2020 they want to share?
Yes.
Tony!
I want to have a traveling peace room. I'm going to have an RV. I'm going to have all my paintings around it. I'm going to have my massage table in the middle, and I'm going to be serving the masses all over the world. This is what I'm going to do. It's going to happen. Who wants to
The
join
traveling
me?
TP. That's
That's
okay.
right.
So here's the thing, like, or a medicine tent. It's like, you know, getting that vibe. You can totally steal that if you want. Okay, so that's wonderful. What's one powerful action you can take this week towards that goal?
Actually, there was a waitress here that said that her daughter had an RV possibly, and so I'm going to follow up with her today.
Asking people, hey, do you know a great RV or a trailer? You know, again, one powerful action in the week. And just so you know, the action piece, I do one thing that scares the bejeezy out of me a week. I make the phone call that I don't want to make, or I ask for whatever it is that I really need. That's like the hardest one for me. How about you guys? Asking for what you really need. That could be a hard one. It could be very powerful, but very hard. So making one, like, you know, thinking about your action steps. And I love the 3 powerful actions a week with a sticky note rule. So I bring my sticky note with me from day to day on my calendar, so I don't forget what's most important to me. Because my 20 list of things to do isn't as important as those 3, whatever that looks like. And those are usually like write the book the trip, you know, call and ask for a spot at that event, you know, whatever that is. Okay, beautiful. Bring forth action. How am I doing on time?
We got like a minute.
Oh, I get a minute for 2 more? Okay, I lost my screen. So what's number 9? Oh, schedule your future. I think that's pretty clear, right? So scheduling our future. Obviously, when we're looking at our schedule, I kind of already touched on it. We're thinking about what I have to do today, but just don't forget where you're headed, like which direction, that vision. Okay, so that little sticky note cap is probably the best thing I would tell you. And then the last one is be the change now.
Right.
You know, I think as I look around the room, I feel like you guys really get this and you embody it. But have you outgrown that vision of who you really want to be? Has that changed for you in 2019? So one of the things I would recommend to help you understand, like, how can I be the change now and who am I now, is to write yourself, your 2020 version of you, your 2019 version. I want you to write a letter to your 2020 version. What did I learn in 2019 about me? And from that, you will discover who you really want to show up as in 2020. Because we've learned something in that 12-month cycle. I know it's February 1st. This is our new year right now, or February, so this is our new year right now. January didn't count for me, by the way. My January was like, oh, whoop, that didn't happen. Let's just keep moving. So February, sometimes we have those months, right? We actually have to schedule those in, too. Like, be prepared. Like, you're always going to have a weird thing happen. You're always going to have to navigate it. But if I really want to be the change, I have to tap back in to that connecting source of who I am. We've got to connect into that again to really know where we're going, so we can be the change, and so our action does matter. Those are my 10 laws for living
Oh,
excellent life and creating
awesome.
excellent life. I want to thank you guys for your time. On the backside, I do have a sacred soulful offering for you. I do have a group that I'm bringing together. It is Wildly Sacred Biz Accelerator. So I am looking for seasoned businesswomen who want to take their business to the next level in a mastermind slash learn a little bit slash speak on a stage because I'm actually going to have an event at the end of the course. Also, I do have, I love coming here. And then I also have a Soul Biz collaborative with Miss Carolyn that we do once a month at the BBB. So it's just another great way to meet up. You guys can come hang out with us. And I have a sign-up sheet, so if you want info on that, if you want to get invited. I think that's it.
Wonderful,
Thank
yay.
you. I appreciate it. Did I do fast at my last minute?
That was perfect. Would you mind pushing that button?
Thank you guys. Thanks for playing
I said
with
when
me.
my butt's getting in your face.
And I do have